So I think a lot of times I've seen that people tend to love past because making people love past is the fastest way of not letting them grow.
Hmm. Oh
And
wow.
therefore I find it disturbing when people advise people that love yourself. Uh, which means you are trying to make people love their past self. You should make them love their past values or something. Like values are eternal,
Yeah.
right? But skills are not eternal. Like feedback loops are not permanent. You need to do that. And I think I truly believe that the fastest way to stop somebody's growth is to make glorify their past.
Damn it, dude. So, I always had a problem with how much time doctors have to spend in becoming a doctor. And what happens is that their entire productive years of studying and the time when they could be out there thinking about really creative stuff is spent in the library. It's great. I mean, the end result is that you end up saving lives and all that. But what happens is that your identity is so tied down, you cannot think of yourself as anything other than a doctor. So there is a meme, right? Like how do you know if somebody is a doctor? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Because that is what they have. They have spent 15 years constructing that identity. Now, if you forget, they know that they've created, but
See, identity is extremely scary concept, right? So let's talk about identity is similar to scaling, right? When you create identity, it becomes easier to scale, but it also becomes easiest to manipulate, right? The fastest way
right.
to offend a doctor on Instagram is ask them कि यार तुमने अपना handle में doctor क्यों लिखा है? Are you insecure? And they will be reacting violently to you. And you should try that experiment, right? Like you ask the people who write doctor in their Instagram saying that, are you insecure? Is that why you're writing doctor, right? And I
एक
believe
सेकंड
that
रुक मैंने लिखा है क्या रुक एक सेकंड
the 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 fastest way to offend somebody is to know what they are proud of. What they are proud of is their identity,
राइट
right? For example, one guy tweeted recently saying that uh, I have to say that Kunal Shah's videos are most overrated, and I was the first comment. I said I agree. Because what if I was proud of my content, my videos, and my knowledge? Then I'll be offended saying that how dare you tell me it's overrated? Like, whatever. I also think it's overrated. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a learning person. I'm constantly evolving. I just share my evolution in public by sharing my thoughts
राइट
constantly. It's
राइट
not my state. It's my evolution, right? I may have exactly opposite views in 3 months' time or 3 years' time. And but people will say, "Oh, boss, तुमने तो पहले ये बोला था." I'm like, हाँ तो क्या होगा वो टाइम पे वो सोचा था right.
आइडेंटिटी इज फ्लूइड
So that's the thing. Most people do not. So the fastest way to manipulate somebody is to freeze their identity,
दिस इज हु यू आर
right? आप ये हो, like you should be proud of this, and if you're proud of this, then they'll be not questioning it because they have been given the trophy कि यार ये आपका trophy आप ऐसे कैसे इसको doubt कर सकते हो,
राइट आई मीन दिस
right?
इज दिस इज अक्रॉस एवरीथिंग पॉलिटिक्स हो रिलेशनशिप हो सब जगह पे
Anything. In fact, right? Like
yeah I'm getting this image of if we have constructed our identity brick by brick, then the cement is sort of like the validation that you get from people. And every time somebody says, "Oh wow, Siddharth, I love that video you made, and it was so good," it is adding another layer. It is making that identity a little bit stronger. It's giving me comfort. It's giving me a sense of, yes, this is who I am. Now, if somebody comes and says that I hated that video, they are actually chipping away at that cement.
yeah, I think most people reject opposing views after they have accepted identities
Yeah.
of any type. For example, I once tweeted and asked people that, do you think India has the best culture ever? And majority of people said yes. But how many people have even gone to other cultures to know कि ये best है कि नहीं है?
Yeah.
But because we have been told that India is the best and we have to be patriotic, we are likely to not question
Yeah.
India or its identity because we have accepted that flag on our shirt,
Right.
right? And therefore, you will see that idea of questioning identity is very scary because you disappear when you start questioning identities of yours.
Dude, this
And
is
people
right out
are
of Bhagavad Gita.
extremely scared. People are extremely scared of disappearing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think we came from crisis. It made sense for our parents to just say settle down, right? Like just get a basic house or whatever, and not become this aggressive person who's trying to do that, because arranged marriages it becomes harder to sell a candidate who's evolving.
Yep.
But if you are likely to move to a system where 95% of marriages are not arranged, then evolving will not be considered as a bad trait,
Yeah. It's
right?
future proofing.
It's future proofing in some ways. But
If somebody is less evolved than you, then they are old fashioned, and if they're more evolved than you, then they're a radical.
Yeah, and radical sometimes is the same as I believe all extremes are the same, uh, 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 because I believe left and extreme right are exactly same people,
Right.
just with two different
Targets.
gods to worship. They are exactly religious people, right? So the thing is that a lot of times we do not appreciate some of these things of being in the middle, which is the evolving state, right? Versus, like for example, people ask me, so what's your favorite author? Like that's the fastest way to become dumb in life, that you decide your favorite.
Right.
Favorite as a concept is the fastest way to tell your brain कि अभी बस ये final, ये अपना best hero है, ये
Damn.
best author है,
Yeah. Why limit yourself?
yeah, why have favorites of anything,
Yeah.
right? In fact, I tell you, like I've seen a correlation between people who don't evolve are the ones who are stuck on their cuisine also. यार I like this four dishes यार, मुझे मतलब अभी ये सब Japanese मत try कराओ मेरे को, like I'm very happy, right?
I mean, in their defense, most of their food